that if you text bug spray to 813-696-6676, you have a chance to win a free bottle of bug spray. It has moringa seed oil as well as rose geranium oil, which are both known to help reduce the amount of pests and bugs, not only in your garden, but also on your skin. Plus, it's very good. It's natural, it's healing, it's cleansing, it smells good. It's got a few other natural organic ingredients, and I made it myself, and you'll love it. You just got to shake it up a little bit, spray it on. I sometimes will take the top off, pour a little bit on, and even just freshen up. It keeps all the bugs out of my ears, out of my eyes, especially when I'm out in the garden. This is something that I've been using for years, but it is also just a wonderful spray to walk through in a mist. The bottle is really good. The spray is really fine, and you'll enjoy it. And you get a chance to win if you text bug spray to 813-696-6676. Text bug spray to 813-696-6676 to win. Let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Ask any questions for sure. We're checking up on you. Today we have a great show planned for you. Today is our Thursday Connection Community podcast show. Thanks a lot for coming in. Jose is here. BX, the TX is in the house. Tina is in the house. Thanks, Erica, for showing love. We're over here in Plant City, Florida. Let us know where you're at. Today is our community connection show. We want to talk about our purpose. What does it mean to be well, especially when thinking about farming, agriculture, as well as building connection? We have a very reflective, soulful, and abundant show today. First, I want to ask you a simple question. What is your why? Because if you don't have land or trees to get started, why would you want to start a moringa business? We're also going to dive into a special quote of the day. We're going to find out the deeper meaning between farming, building an agricultural business, and behind the meaning of moringa and what it really represents. We'll also go through some questions, some testimonials. We have a health guide. We'll be going through some interview highlights. We'll talk a little bit more about life, joy, and fulfillment as a farmer. And we'll talk a little bit more about peace of land. So thanks a lot for coming in. Let me get some water. We'll start our show. Hey, thanks. TJH Media is in the house. That's our buddy Jason. Hey, Jason, welcome. Thanks a lot. It's probably a good time out in Washington State to FLA. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Let's cancel this. Make sure we're good. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Hey, thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Princess is in the house. Let me know if you have any comments about moringa. We have some greens here. Now is the best time of year to not only grow moringa, harvest moringa, but also provide yourself with the minerals and the vitamins. Feed yourself, feed your family, feed your children, feed your animals, and feed your plants with moringa. Jason in the house here actually has a media company and is working with local schools in Washington State. He's a member of ours, and he's been talking to us about how he's been growing the awareness of moringa and also building a family and a community around agriculture. Agriculture is one of the biggest industries in the whole world, other than tech. And I mean, other than tech, agriculture also brings tech together. We're having a much better success rate for farming because we're using tech in our business. And that's what I want to talk to you about, is how I'm utilizing tech to help with marketing, advertising and helping me to create content, and also how I'm building a team around this message. My why is to build stability, not only in my life, but of the people around me, my family, as well as future generations, and to do something good for the planet and to do good for people. I'm going to ask you, and please, anybody here, help to comment. What's your why for wanting to learn more about Moringa? What have you heard? And how do you think farming can help you become more financially free? Do you think that by actually getting your hands in the dirt is going to do the most to your bank account? Or do you think that with today's technology that we have in place, the internet, the way that things are going with AI, how we can utilize ChatGPT even in our business to help us come up with ideas? I know for myself, I've been using it for about 2 years, and it really helps to organize pretty much everything in my business: workflows, campaigns, sequences. I'm able to generate videos as well as ideas, mostly for videos, and what I should film today, and what is happening in the world that will also benefit people that are watching, making this content. Maybe you want to learn something new. Maybe you're a little bit older, you've already had a career doing something, and you want to be a part of something bigger. Well, I want you to know that you're in the right place. It's the right time. It's the right time of year. It might be super hot. You might think that moringa can't grow, maybe in your location, but right now, moringa pretty much can grow anywhere in the country within the US. It also grows really well outside of the US, and mostly other countries around the world, they already know the benefits about moringa. And it's a $10 billion a year industry, going to $20 billion over the next 10 years because of the growth, the interest, the demand for moringa is ever increasing. So now is the time to get involved with moringa. I'll tell you how I started my business without having any land, without having any trees. And that's just by talking with people, getting on the phone, showing up to the farmer's market, and utilizing other people's properties to build this company. 10 years ago, I started utilizing other people's properties. I actually have a photo of me farming in someone else's backyard. I have a few photos of me farming in someone else's backyard here. This is a photo of me in someone's backyard, and it's a very small backyard. This is actually in Seminole Heights. This is in Seminole Heights, Florida. I can even share my screen for those of you that are watching on YouTube, so that way you can see. This is me about 9 years ago, maybe even 8 years ago or so. Just graduated college, and I was growing my first trees in the ground on somebody else's property. This wasn't even my backyard. This was me just caring for somebody else's trees. I was managing their property, getting some awareness out. I went to school with this guy's cousin, and I heard he actually promoted me. I was working on building my business, and he said, "Hey, my cousin's a filmographer. He can help you make some content, get this story out to the world." And this was in the newspaper of how I was beginning to grow moringa on other people's properties. You can see that I have some raised tables with some metal screen for the pots, and those are small moringa trees that I was selling, individual pots, but I also have lots of pots underneath the table. See how I utilize the space? But then I have moringa trees along the edge. And I've been able to go back to this property after 10 years, and these trees are huge, still producing We keep the trees trimmed back and always having fresh greens. This was not my property, and this is what I want to share with you is that if you are able to create relationships, you can begin to utilize other people's land. You don't need to have land of your own to get started. This was beautiful to find and go back to. Let's see here. This is someone else's property. I'm on someone else's property here. Let me see and make sure that you guys can see this. This is on a property out here in Thonotosassa in, I would say Dover. Okay, this was the funnest day learning how to operate this piece of machinery. This was super fun. This was about 8 or 7 years ago or so when I was just getting started, really getting into farming on other people's lands. This gentleman had this piece of equipment and he said, "Hey, we've got to move a bunch of dirt out in the field where the moringa trees are. Hey, do you want to go ahead and hop on here?" I said, "Please, let me get in here and have some fun." It was a really great time learning how to operate. This is pure magic, having that feeling of getting into the big machines. This was not my land. This is working on other people's land. Okay, here's another photo of me. I took this photo. Someone else's property, someone growing moringa even in their front yard. This is in St. Pete, right? But this person knew that I was able to harvest their tree. They trusted me with their tree. It was getting really, really big, as you can see. They were worried that it was going to break and fall over. It had lots of greens on it. I mean, it's massive. So they were worried that with the storms, hurricanes, summer was approaching, and this was not my property. This was somebody else's property. And uh, I had a great time harvesting. I remember bringing this into the store. I had a store in St. Pete, and this is how I was able to get my first supply of greens, my first supply of trees. This is actually somebody else's property. I was able to go into somebody else's greenhouse, harvest their greens, take those greens to the store, to the grocery store, and sell those greens fresh. When you get into this space, you will find that people are very, very giving. They're very generous with their space. People are proud of taking you into their backyard and sharing with you the things that they grow. They even give you cuttings and they feed you and make lemonade and want to hang out and share their backyard and share their greenhouse and ask if you need any help with anything. It's helping them. It's also hanging out with them. They get to share their space. This is in somebody else's greenhouse that I have access to. And they're also growing peppers. And then on the ground, they're growing strawberries. This is in Sacramento, California. This person connected with me, said, "Hey, I want you to come over. I want you to see my operation." He paid for the ticket for me to fly out to California to see his place. He became a member of the collective, and I was able to hang out with him and share with him his space, and we were able to make some cash and take this to the grocery store. Not my land, but building communication and relationships. I regularly am able to harvest other people's properties and get lots and lots of drumsticks. These are not from my property. These are drumsticks that were grown around town. People regularly this time of year have a lot of supply. I'm getting a lot of calls right now of people all over the country that are saying, "Hey, I need help harvesting my trees." This is going to be a huge opportunity for you to get on the phone, organize a harvest, get those greens back to your place, and possibly be able to dry them. You don't need to have land to dry somebody else's greens. You don't need to have your own trees to dry those greens. You just need to have ingenuity and creativity, Right on. And this brings us into what I'm working on right now, which is why you should stick around, because at the end, we're going to show you a drone footage of me in my property now. Here I am 10 years later. I was able to close on this 2.5 acre property with the help of my agricultural community. And we have now created something that's called the Adopt a Moringa Tree program, where I've planted over 140 big orchard style trees that are all producing potentially drumsticks. Some have drumsticks, some are just getting to that point of having drumsticks. But I laid out the property so you can see that we're even just utilizing half of the 2.5 acre property right now, and we're in the process of developing more. If you don't have land or trees, one of the ways that you can be a part of this organization and become an integral part of our foundation is contributing to the Grow Moringa Collective. We have what's called the 100K Farm Fund, and the money that we raise is going to go towards the development of this property, this exact property right here. So we have a case study. I have about 5 years here on this property where I've been developing it, building up the soil. You can see half the property is just mulch, oak mulch right now. I just have a bunch of oak mulch there. And that's going to be leveled out, and we're going to continue to build out those rows to where we have a full acre of orchard, and we could potentially have maybe even 200 trees, big trees in total. And that's about the standard amount. When somebody asks how many trees can we grow on an acre, you can grow about 200 big orchard style trees spread out about 10 feet apart, 20 feet apart. But in between the rows, you can see I have a light strip here, and all of those rows are intensive beds where I have over 50,000 trees just in the orchard. There's 50,000 trees just in the orchard. So if you'd like to be a part of the organization and you don't have any land and you don't have any trees, you can be a part of this organization, and you can actually contribute to the 100K Farm Fund. We've already received over $65,000 in contributions. We have a great plan for you to be able to get your money back in a good time. And we're looking to raise about $35,000 as fast as possible so that way we can do more renovations to this property. We're building this place up now, and we're potentially going to flip this farm to a member who is going to have a turnkey property, a turnkey farm that's going to produce income right away. As soon as they move in, as soon as we finish all the renovations and we have a full-fledged field producing, they have the dry room is popping, they have the nursery popping. Everything is pretty much laid out for them. We can sell this property with the intention of them becoming a moringa farmer. So if you don't have land and you want to buy some land, stick around, because this property could be for sale very soon as we finish the development of this property. We talk about land quite a bit, so stay tuned, because we're going to show you some drone footage of our property that we took the other day as we begin to talk about the Adopt a Tree program. So the deeper meaning that I practice here is no-till. Right? I don't disrupt the soil. I just build on top. I just continually add to the surface. I never have to really dig into the ground. I never have to kind of stir it up or use heavy equipment or machinery. I really just have a no-till method of farming. For me, this is a lot less invasive. Less is more. I'm beginning to practice more simplicity in my life as I now become a farmer. It was what my main goal after graduating college was, let's see if I can learn the basics, planting seeds, and get really good at something that it seems like a lot of people are really interested in. I mean, we almost have 20,000 subscribers That means that there's about 20,000 people right now that are really interested in learning more about Moringa, that really love the mission that we talk about every day, and they want to be a part of the community. So comment actually inside of our YouTube channel, and we'll make sure to check you out. Let's go ahead and see how everything is doing actually on our channel. Great. We've got a bunch of people here. Go ahead and make a comment. Let me know if everything is doing well, if you can hear me, and if everything is good. Let me check to see how everybody's doing on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. Welcome, everybody. Thanks a lot. Jesus is in the house. Mark is here. Welcome, Donald and Gary. Thanks a lot for coming in. Appreciate you for wanting to learn more about the Moringa tree on today's Community Connection Show. So a testimonial actually that I was able to hear yesterday, somebody called and they were a truck driver for many years. And he was a young guy at the time. He was maybe in his early 40s and he was fairly heavy. He had never had a gut before in his life, but he became a truck driver and he gained a bunch of weight over those years. Well, he heard about Moringa and the power of being able to control the diet, the cravings, and possibly lose some weight. He said that over the course of about a year to 2 years, he lost about 100 pounds. And all he did was add moringa powder to all of his meals. So he didn't really change what he was eating. He was still eating on the road. He was still eating burgers and he was still eating fries and grease, but he just had moringa with him and he just made sure that he put a little bit of moringa on every single meal. He said it started to curb his appetite. He said he was getting more full. He said that it helped him to go to the bathroom, especially just sitting there driving all day. And when you go to the bathroom, it helps you to lose some weight. You want to get that weight out. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in there. It's going to turn into fat. And it's going to turn into not so good feeling. So he was able to lose 100 pounds. Then he said that they started calling him a name. I'm not sure if they made up a nickname where they started calling him the doctor or the philosopher, or it was a funny name that they started to call him. But you go to the truck stops, you see the same guys. He said he was in like a crew that would drive across the country regularly, and they would drive together and they would talk on the walkie-talkies and keep each other company and plan on hitting the same stops. And they had trips. They were the long distance runners, going from East Coast to West Coast. Every week they would just start off on the East Coast, take them about a week or so to get down out to Cali, go to Cali, pick up another load, and get back to the East Coast. And so he made this trip hundreds and hundreds of times. But he said one young guy was diagnosed with high blood sugar and high blood pressure and was not on a good track, even in his young 30s. And he just kept coaching this young trucker and told him that he could do it if he just put a little bit of moringa in his food. And sure enough, he was able to help this young guy get off the medications, have a better diet and a regimen and feel better. And so moringa can do that for you. And right now we have a special with the gift box, which has a sample of about 11 items inside. This is our sample gift box. And if you know somebody who might need to lose some weight without, disrespecting them in any way, just say, hey, this right here is really good for you. It can help you feel good, help you lose a couple pounds, and you get to try all the different items inside that you might like. There's tincture in here, there's oil in here, there's seeds in here, which you can eat. There's loose leaf, there's powder, there's capsules, there's spice. So there's all kinds of things in here for you. There's about 11 items inside as well as some information. We call this a book in a box. And this could be a good gift for somebody who might be pre-diabetic, somebody who may need some inspiration that might be fighting some depression. And You can also look up the health benefits of moringa. And this is what we want to do for our members and anybody that's in our network is to inspire them to get healthy, to get out, change their lifestyle, add a little bit of moringa powder to your diet, and you'll start to see the effects pretty quickly. Hey, someone is saying that they want to get into the club and they want to figure out how to get more return on their investment. Great. Well, it's about sales and marketing and being able to make content. Right now, one of the reasons why I'm making this content is so that way I can help more people get their return on investment. Maybe you have trees, but you haven't actually harvested your trees, and so you haven't been able to see any money from your trees. Maybe you haven't been, if you're a member, maybe you just haven't been checking in with us in the members area as much, learning the system and the programs. And it's never too late, and so make sure to reach out to me if you don't feel like you're getting a return on your investment in any way. I can only do so much. You also have to participate and do the things. Maybe you haven't read my book completely to see all the things that you could do. I also have a new book that's out called The Masterclass, and that talks about the 3 ways to make income from Moringa without even having any land or trees. So thanks a lot for continuing your interest in calling and texting. You can always reach out to me directly. I'm available, especially in the members area. I'm glad that you said something because last night I was on a call for 4 hours. We started at 8 and I was on the call until 12 a.m., past 12 a.m. And we were all laughing, joking. We had about 20 people on the call, and we were learning something new. We were going into Growth OS, which is our new agency platform that helps to build Moringa businesses through a CRM. If you don't know what a CRM is, just type it in, look it up. It's something that houses all of your business tools in one app. And so now our business offers a CRM. We call it Growth OS. And Growth OS is something that I've been using for about 4 years, almost 4 years. And it has helped to expedite and exponentially grow this company to where we are now. And and so I encourage you to come into the meetings. I encourage you to hang out with us. I'm on Wednesdays, but we have teachers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we're really going in and covering a wide range of topics. If something that's really maybe stopping you is technology, this is very, very simple. If you can open the Facebook app, you can open the Grow Moringa members area. It's just an app that you download on your phone, and it's a way for us to communicate. All communications happen in there. Maybe this person hasn't posted enough to ask questions and seen exactly how to see the return on their investment. Maybe you haven't posted your affiliate link on your social media enough. Every single day is something that is needed to work towards finding the return on your investment. If you invested $27 with me or $150 with me or even $1,000 with me, it still takes a little bit of time on your part to learn these skills and to do it over and over and over again. It takes about 7 to 8 times of doing a task before you're completely say like learned and taught how to do it and remember how to do it. So at least you're here, you're learning, you're continuing, you're not giving up. You're going to see a return on your investment very, very soon. Um, I didn't see a return for about a year. I was planting trees every day, planting seeds every day, and also going to the farmers market every day. And then I started getting connected with people around Tampa, around St. Pete, to where it just felt like I was always giving and giving and giving and putting out and putting out. But then I started to see little by little, brick by brick by brick, That's what I actually have written down right here is the purpose of starting this business and becoming a member is to build something brick by brick by brick. I make it super affordable. Some people end up having to pause their payments. I say, it's okay. If you need to pause your payments, let's go ahead and get you back on track. What's missing? Why haven't you made any return on your investment yet? Have you purchased any wholesale? Have you shared your affiliate link? Have you been into the meetings and maybe gotten some new ideas? It still takes a little bit of effort on your part. I'm 10 years in, but I plan on going another 50. I plan on going way, way beyond just this short-term goal. I have goals for the next 10 years and I have goals for the next 20 and 30 years as we continue to build this brick by brick by brick. One of the th ways actually that you can build your business up right away, because we had a new member sign up yesterday. And one of the ways that you can build your business up right away is actually through the Moringa map. Actually, sorry, let me go ahead and pull this up here. I'm going to pull this image up here so that way people can see it up here. This is our Moringa map, right? Maybe the one of the reasons why someone has not seen the return on their investment is because they haven't utilized getting on the map. If this person that's making a comment would like to get on the call, let me know if you want to get on the call so that way I can see exactly how much do you know about Moringa. I'm going to start asking you some questions and see if you can answer those questions. Maybe you haven't put your phone number, your email, and your business name on a listing in order for people to call you. This is a very affordable way to get marketing and advertising very, very quick and very fast. This is included with membership. Your pin on the Moringa map can literally help you to get sales. We have almost 200,000 people that have seen this map, clicked on this map. And we even created a member highlight like 2 weeks ago on one of our members, and they were getting so many calls. They were actually kind of like a little overwhelmed. They were like, hey, like I'm getting a lot of calls from this member highlight that you created. Do you mind just like taking it down? I'm not ready yet to handle all this stuff. So this works. He's also in a really, really good location. We have a lot of members in Texas. We have a lot of members in California, Arizona, Nevada. We even have a few members in Colorado. One of the members actually buys wholesale all the time from here, and he goes to the farmer's market. He's in construction, so he also like takes it to work and shares it with his friends. He has a construction company. We have some members here in Oklahoma that have a farm, and they're also getting their operation going, but they're buying wholesale and they're also connecting with people, learning new things, getting into Growth OS and learning that it's not just a game of planting a seed and selling it, but it's actually being able to help more people and answer their questions because we work together as a team. We have some members in Arkansas. As I mentioned the member earlier, we have a member all the way up in Washington State. Actually, he's not on the map, but you have a chance to get some marketing and advertising. We have a lot of members in Florida. Most of the members in Florida have trees and are available to sell you product. Most of the members here in Florida are just now starting to get their drying operation started. They're starting to learn how to dry the greens. So that way they can get a return on their investment. And that's what we're working towards. We're working towards um, actually becoming more profitable. Every single day, I'm tweaking the business in ways to help us retain the money that we already make. I was on the phone with somebody yesterday, and I'm in the business now of just trying to keep the money that I make, over 6 figures a year from Moringa. Now I want to keep as much as possible. So we're creating more efficiencies within the company to then be able to have greater profits. I'm here in Plant City, and we'd love to get you on the map. If you're a member watching this and you're not on the map, go into the members area, go to the Moringa map section, and let us know where we can put your pin. A cool place about this tool, a cool thing about this tool is that you don't need to actually have a physical business location. We can put your pin on a highway, an intersection, a gas station, a Walmart. We can put the pin anywhere, a park, downtown, Capitol building, city center, anywhere. It can be in the middle of a lake. Essentially, it's just a placeholder. That way, somebody in your area may know that there's somebody locally that could possibly supply them with Moringa. You can make this business as involved or as little involved as you want. You could have somebody pick up the phone for you. You don't have to be the one picking up the phone. This is an idea that I had to connect people all around the world. And we have members all over the world, actually. We just had a member, or we just had somebody ask from, well, I just talked to somebody yesterday from Cameroon. Actually, he signed up. He's from Cameroon. He's in Ohio. So we have a new member that's from Cameroon, Africa, and he signed up yesterday. He's in Ohio. Welcome, welcome. And he's going to learn how to import Moringa here, and we can help sell his Moringa. He was asking, "Hey, will you buy my Moringa?" I'm like, "Yeah, definitely. There's 1,000 people in the members area that are more than likely to buy from you if they know, like, and trust you." This person that is commenting here that's saying, "Hey, I haven't seen a return on my investment." Well, I also haven't seen you post anything. I haven't seen your trees. I haven't seen your story. The reason why movies do so well is because they have a good plot, they have a good storyline. They begin to brand themselves. So maybe this person that's maybe not experiencing as much return on their investment should make more posts, make more content, let us know more about their story, and maybe have a better name and a better presence online, and put themselves out there a little bit more so that way people know them. And people buy from people that they know. That is for sure. Go ahead and just bring this down. I'm going to show you guys this drone footage really soon. And uh, yeah, I just talked about last night's meeting. We were encouraging each other for many hours. We were doing something new. I was actually walking people through onboarding and getting them into Growth OS. We've had a few members that have actually upgraded to Growth OS. We have people that are interested in signing up to Growth OS. So if you want to know what Growth OS is, just go to growmoringa.com and you'll find out more information about our marketing and advertising agency. We had a great time last night. We have another meeting tonight. We're going to do more training tonight. We have another meeting Friday night. We're going to do more training. And it's something that we do to create community within our network. People are getting to know each other. They have special deals with each other. They're creating contracts with each other. They're hanging out with each other. They're creating businesses with each other. There's actually businesses popping up from within the collective because they see a need. I'm not able to necessarily cover everybody's needs. I have a general idea of bringing people together, but there's businesses popping up from within the collective for things that people need, like graphics and services like labels and logos. So if you're a graphic designer or you're a real estate agent, there's people that are asking me, where can I buy a property in Florida? Where can I buy a property in Texas to grow moringa? That's one of the reasons why we're developing this property. So that way we could sell it to somebody that's interested in buying property to grow moringa. This is a big part of our organization. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what we're working on right now. This is the Adopt a Moringa Tree program. You can rent and lease a 3x3 space in the ground that has a big moringa tree, and you can help to care for that tree by sponsoring that tree. You could adopt it. Okay, so here's some aerial footage of me last night. Let's see if I bring this up. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen here. This was me the other day. I'm out there in the field. There we go. So a member actually gave me a drone. He's like, hey, I got an extra drone. I know that you make a lot of content and you could probably put this baby to use. Well, I sure have. And I'll grab the drone so you can see it. I'm having a lot of fun with this baby. Put a comment, let us know what's going on with you guys. Let us know, hey Barbara, hey Donald, thanks a lot for coming in. Thanks a lot for Aviation 100 is in the house. Hey, oh, Aviation 100 is in the house. Okay. Here's the drone here. It's pretty cool. It folds apart, folds down. See here. Folds open, folds open. Let's see, there's another one here. Folds open. It's got a little microchip. There's a little microchip in here. There's a camera in here. There's a power battery that fits inside here. Let me make sure everybody can see what we're talking about here. Yep. And the remote is here. And what I'll do is actually, I downloaded the app and I fit the phone actually on the remote here. The phone fits right here in the remote, and download the app, hook it up through the Wi-Fi. So I'll actually link my phone to the drone once I turn it on, and it's very easy to then get it going. We can like, there's a special like movement that you make. I think you like have to go like outwards, and then it activates it, and then it turns on. So we're using technology here. Let me go ahead and share my screen so that way you guys can actually see what's going on here. But this is for showing our future Adopt a Moringa Tree participants. These are going to be people that adopt one of the trees. Here we've got about 140 big trees. I would say the person who adopts this big tree right here first is going to be having a good time. What you're going to get is you're going to get a chance to get a percentage of the harvest. So when I harvest these trees, we'll dry it and then we'll send you a package, a percentage of what we were able to harvest. So you're going to be able to receive the actual package from the actual tree that you adopt. So here I am. Hopefully, there we go. It's about a 3-minute video. I'm just talking. I'm recording on another camera, just talking about the Adopt a Moringa Tree program. And so I'm just learning the drone. The drone is just flying in front of me. And so I said, hey, let's take off. And so here's the half acre. Here's the half acre. There's that big tree. Whoever gets that first big tree is going to love getting the material from that tree. We also have some other big trees over there on the right-hand side. Those ones have drumsticks right now. This is just a half acre developed. We have about 140 trees, big trees. Some trees froze back to the ground. Some trees actually died, and we're going to be replacing those. Well, those will probably be available to rent over the next year or so. You can see that a tree went down. We had a tree that went down in the hurricane. But that's a nice big tree there. Oh, I was about to hit that tree right there, that big oak tree. I was like, oh, let me get over. You can see those piles of greens that are at like the ends of those raised beds there. That's actually Seminole pumpkins. We also have Mexican sunflowers out here. And I went ahead and did like a quick little roundabout here. We're out here in Plant City. It's real nice, beautiful, lots of trees. Tampa is really beautiful. Tampa has some of the most amount of trees than any other city. And so we have a small plot here on a half acre. It's a 2.5 acre property that I've been able to care for and take care of. You can see all the mulch that's on the west side of the property, and then been developing the half acre out where we have about 140 big trees. I'm going to be getting that tree that fell over during the hurricane out of there so we can plant some more in that space. But now you can get a better idea of the actual property and some of the trees that you could adopt. That means that you would be participating directly into this program. You'd be able to receive a harvest directly from the trees that you see. Yeah, I'm just kind of having fun. And then I wanted to show you the hedge. This is kind of like that roundabout hedge. See how there's big trees on the end of each one of the hedgerows? I'm going to actually turn it around right here so that way you can kind of see the hedge. I'm just kind of learning and figuring out. It got real windy right there, so it had like a little gust of wind. Yeah, it's the video, it's a little bit of an older drone, but this is helping me practice and get used to having a drone. There's that big tree right there. Shoop, almost hit that big tree. And then I'm kind of bringing it down to show you the hedge so that way you can see the big trees that are wrapped around that oak tree right there. So there's some big trees there. Some trees fell over in the storm, but essentially that is the first video that I have. And I have some more videos that I'll show you next time. Just wanted to let you know that things are doing well here. That's pretty much the live progress of where we are right now on the farm. We're having a good time, having fun, hanging out, and would love for you to come visit. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can give me a call. You can text bug spray to 813-696-6676. That's going to get you a chance to win a free bottle of bug spray. We're giving away, we're going to announce the winner this Saturday. So check in with us this Saturday. And other than that, let me know if you have any questions, comment, and I'll be seeing you inside the members area. Thanks a lot for watching, hanging out with me. Until next time, Moringa love. Peace and love. I'll see you soon. Ciao. Okay, peace out.